It's stress, bro. You just go off at this. Oh.
Okay.
X, are we good to go? Okay, swag. Thank you, sir.
I've seen enough dance before.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring, weighing at
I think I'm like 190.
190 pounds, sitting to the right of Key and V. We have in the studio today.
Wait, how are we going to introduce him first before we introduce ourselves?
That's true. Let's introduce the most important people first.
Hey guys, so you could do that again. Just introduce us.
Nah, we good. I don't. Hi guys. I don't know what I did.
What do you mean?
I forgot. I can't do it.
It's me first. That's usually. It's me, Keeds. Keetonator.
Do you even know who you are, bro? Start that
was,
again. Do it with your chest.
Sorry. Hey guys, it's me, Keeds. Keetonator. Keetatron. Keeds and Crates. I got the Keeds. Whatever you want to call me, that is me. And sitting to the left of me, it's your favorite ever South African co-host. Who is it? Who do we have?
The Queen, KWEEN, living legend.
What is this new intro? But I'm here for it.
I'm trying to
Queen.
2020 hype yourself up.
That's
okay?
That's a fact.
Fucking
yes,
hype
Queen,
yourself
living
up.
legend. Right,
it is I, V.
AKA.
V Dog.
AKA.
Young Money, V Money.
AKA.
V Dizzle.
AKA.
Big Dog.
Thank you. Vio and Vio.
Look, I sometimes call myself Vio. I'm not gonna lie.
Podcast today. All right, now you can do your whole welcome.
No, they heard it in the beginning. I'm not gonna do it again.
But we probably won't use that, will we?
100% will.
Oh, okay. All right. So, sir,
I'm so
sitting
fidgety.
to the right of both Key and V, we have our guest in studio with us today, and we're gonna be
and if you guys listened to the previous episode, we talked mad shit about him.
Yeah,
mad shit.
So just know when you listen to the last episode.
The guy. Welcome, sir.
Introduce yourself, sir.
A whole hour late. Nice of you to finally join us.
Thanks. It's been a struggle.
It's been a struggle. Did you go out last night?
I mean,
work.
I had to.
You work.
Yeah, but
Saturday night. That makes sense.
Yeah, but you remember, I text y'all I think 11.
Damn, sir, your voice is still sleeping.
Oh, hold on.
Water.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, let's get some water.
There we go.
Oh, how dare you! Are you mocking me?
I do it all the time, so I can't even say anything.
No, I'm just trying to make you feel comfortable.
But you're the only one that's allowed to mock me. Late guests are not allowed to mock me.
I don't mock you, though. I genuinely just go in and out of British accents since I was a kid. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, it was a struggle. Been traveling on the subway for over an hour. It wasn't fun.
Where do you live?
I live in Yongsan area.
Oh.
But how is that an hour?
You want me to tell you what happened?
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, introduce
yourself, sir. Who are we talking to?
Who the fuck is you?
All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Pinnacle. My real name is Jason.
Yeah.
I've been in Korea for a while, doing a lot of entertainment stuff and, making music, DJing, throwing events, stuff like that. And now I own a hip-hop hookah lounge in Itaewon called Hustle.
Hookahs?
Yeah.
You have hookahs?
I was like, what? Oh, hookahs, because V's trying to play you, not hookers, hookahs, the thing you smoke.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you buying, I'm selling, so let me know what you need.
That's true. But yeah, so we have Jason, owner, DJ, creator, all that.
Literally hustler. His full name is Pinnacle TheHustler. Why aren't you letting us know all that?
I mean, I ain't want to.
How did you get the name Pinnacle? How did you get that name? Where did that come from? Is that your last name?
Nah, actually,
Hustler?
Pinnacle.
Oh.
Pinnacle it's been my nickname since I was like 15, I think, something like that. Yeah. So I've been making music since I was a little kid, and I remember when I was in like the 6th or 7th grade, we had these vocabulary books, right? Mm-hmm. And in the book, there was the word pinnacle, and pinnacle means like the highest point you can reach, the top.
Yes, the pinnacle of a mountain.
I don't know why I was just so infatuated with the word. I just loved it. So I put it in my raps all the time, like I'm the pinnacle. You know what's critical? I need
At
everybody
15.
to know I'm the best individual. You know what I'm saying?
How you at the high at 15?
So I used to just write that all the time, and I think at first, the dudes in the lunchroom said it like a joke. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's Pinnacle coming in. Boy, I'm the Pinnacle.
Then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, then it just stuck, and I was like, I kind of like it. So ever since that, it just stuck everywhere I went. That's what people in the city was calling me. So yeah, that's what it was.
I honestly didn't even know your name was Jason until like last week. She was like, "Oh, Jason is this something," and I was like, "Who is Jason?"
Yeah, I keep saying Jason, Jason.
Because like,
she's like,
I always ask, I'm like, "Who is Jason?" She's like, "Pinnacle." I was like, "Oh, that's his name," because that's just what
Actually, you call him Hustle. For a while, you called him Hustle. Yeah, keep it that guy.
Yeah, that works.
Because I didn't like. You don't have Jason anywhere in your bio or anything, do you? I mean, I don't think unless
I don't think so.
And we've never really hung out. Like I would see you, but like I don't really go out as much as V does.
Yeah.
So like we know this already, man. Let's not know. Let's not act like we don't know. Anyways, you were gonna ask.
I'm moving to Youngstown in 22 days.
Oh, word. I'm scared.
You should be.
This is what I said on the previous episode. I was like, I am scared for everybody's uncle, father,
hide
brother,
your wife,
cousin,
hide your kids.
everybody.
Everyone.
For me to be living in Central Seoul, it's going to... No.
It's a problem.
It really is a problem.
Yeah.
But anyways, Mr. Jace, why were you a whole hour late, sir?
Man.
Yeah, let's get that out the way. What happened?
So...
Firstly, to ease your troubles. Soju.
Much appreciated.
There we go. Get the man. Pass your
this?
shot glass.
Here you go.
Why do you have that?
Pass us your shot glass. We got you, mister.
Oh, you want your gifts now or later?
Now,
After
please.
your story.
Right.
Get your troubles off your chest first.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't know if you probably don't want to drink that much, right?
No, fill
it's
it
all
up,
good.
please,
Okay,
Kita. This
okay.
is not a shot for Kita.
Yeah, I didn't ride my bike, so...
Grown-up people
you can do
shots. Yeah,
Wow.
boy.
What do you call me, a child?
Yeah, pretty
Beautiful.
much.
You're welcome.
There you go, honey
All right,
boo boo.
I'll remember to do the cheers. We
All right,
gotta
so-
do this on a weekly basis because when we go like 2 weeks without being in
We
here,
forget how
I'm
to
like,
podcast.
oh yeah, forget we cheers.
Okay, so we have a cheers on our show.
All right.
So you have to repeat after us, all right?
Oh, yeah, I remember this. Yep. Okay, let's
Okay.
do it.
Cheers to the quiz.
Cheers to the quiz.
Applause to the horse.
Applause to the horse.
And a hot cock.
And a hot cock cock.
To a jolly good fuck.
To a jolly good fuck.
Cheers.
Let's get it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, that's yummy.
Yeah, it is.
That
Okay.
actually was a very good
Release.
Okay.
Yeah. Deep breath. It's all
If this is you trying to make up some shit in your head right now,
I know,
Jason,
right?
it'd be
He's
so
like, okay,
bad.
what can I say? What can
What
I say?
happened?
I'm going to tell you right now what happened. And I know that as I tell you the story, both of y'all and everybody listening is going to be like, okay.
Look, we
Okay.
100% believe
Do
it
you
because
hear
it's
that,
probably happened
Xander?
to
Let's
us
hear
too.
this story. Go ahead.
So I walk into the subway. I get to the gate, take out the card, hit it. I ain't got no money on my T-Money.
Okay.
I'm like, dang, man, I forgot about this. Because
Right.
I don't usually ride the subway. I usually ride my motorcycle.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
happened
I'm like,
to us.
all right. So, there's the machines where you put the money on there. There's got to be an ATM around there, right? It
Right, it
just
usually is.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking around. I go to the bathroom area. There's no ATM.
Right.
I'm like, why is it? Am I tripping? How come there's no ATM? Go back upstairs, like up the escalator. There's another. I'm still inside the subway. No ATM again. This is nuts. I go back upstairs again. I'm at Samgakshi Station, right? I go upstairs more, looking around. I don't see no Pyeongchang, like no convenience store.
Yeah.
I'm like, is it too much to ask?
It's a joke.
Right. Where's ATM? Right.
It was crazy. So I'm like, I literally walked around. I know somebody probably thought I was trying to rob somebody or something. Like I'm trying to case a place. I'm just walking back and forth, trying to find a convenience store,
Yeah, wasn't a
ATM,
convenience
something.
store in the...
There was no. You know what? Actually, later I
station?
saw a convenience store, but it was after you passed the gate. It wasn't one before the gate. So I finally find an ATM where I could take out some cash, go downstairs, put the money on and all that. I remember specifically going downstairs and looking at the map.
Oh,
okay.
that's
So I'm
what
like,
happened.
I gotta go here to
Yeah.
go to South
Wait,
Island.
you
app
have
on
a
your
map?
phone?
You're looking at the map?
No. I'm talking about when you go downstairs to where the actual train is.
Yeah.
You know how they had that big map
yeah,
in
yeah,
front of you?
gotcha.
No,
with
but
the
you don't
dots?
have it on your phone.
I do have it on my phone,
Yeah.
but I wasn't thinking about pulling out my phone because the map was just right in front of
Okay,
me
yeah,
as
got
I'm
it.
going down the stairs.
Okay, understood.
So I remember specifically looking. It was a blue line. I'm like, okay, I got to go here to go here.
Right.
Got it. Wait for the train.
Right.
Get on the train. Go to the next stop. And they said the name of the stop. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong line.
Rookie move, sir.
Bruh, who you
Rookie,
telling?
Rookie.
That's why you have that on your phone.
Rookie move.
Yo.
But if you were just one stop away, like you went to the next stop and you were like, oh, I'm on the wrong one.
Right. So I had to go across. wait on the next train,
Yeah.
which also took time because it's a Sunday.
Right,
So
right.
trains is moving slower than usual.
Right.
So I had to wait. I don't even remember how long I had to wait, but it was at least 10 minutes for the next train. Then I go back to the original station.
Right.
Then I got to go back. Then I got to go to the next line. That was a long walk. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've been exercising for the past hour.
Yeah.
And then I finally get on the right line, and then I can, the rest of the way was cool. But
Jason, in real time, it literally takes you 28 minutes to get from your station to here.
I know.
One transfer.
Yeah.
Wow. What the fuck were you doing with
He's
your life,
like,
sir?
I know. He's like,
I know.
No.
Okay.
I know.
I know.
Thanks.
It's okay. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's all good.
Say la vie. Shit happens. You live, you
yeah.
learn.
You're not the first person to be an hour late.
Actually, yeah. we
You're
have a
literally
friend,
the second
Triana.
person that was an hour late, so it's okay.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
No,
Okay,
you
good.
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't feel better, but I just wanted you to. You're not the first person to be literally an hour late.
I was just
so
kidding.
it's
It doesn't
okay.
make me feel better.
You should.
Still pretty
It's
upset.
all right.
You look like you're a pretty sensitive guy, low key.
Really?
Yeah.
I look sensitive.
Yeah, like you
Interesting.
try to be all hardcore and shit.
And I try to be hardcore.
Yeah, you try to be hardcore, but you actually you got a good spirit about you. Mr. Jason has gifts for us, you guys.
Yes, let's see the gifts. That's why we're here. Sorry, we're looking at our phone for look at the notes that we had for you, but I'm ready for
we
the
have
gifts.
notes for you. We forgot that we're doing your episode today.
So I was thinking, man, I was thinking about this for a little while. Like, I can't just walk in empty-handed. You know what I mean?
You know,
Oh,
and we
wow.
appreciate that mentality, honestly.
you.
People that do walk in here empty-handed,
I have no problem with people.
nah,
walking
I
in
fucking
empty-handed.
do.
So you're literally coming for like half of our guests.
100%.
I'm not coming for you guys. I don't expect anything but your time.
Kenrick decided to slide in my DMs
Yeah.
last night. I can't remember what we're talking about. But then he was like, he listened to the previous episode and he was like, oh, how dare you all disrespect me? I brought you guys gifts. He was talking about those Ricola sweets
free
that he got
Ricolas
for free
on the
As you
street.
leave the subway station, he brought us like 2 packets, but
And
the
the
man's is
crazy
giving out
thing-
like 20 at a time. He gave us 2 packets.
At least he thought about you.
No, and
No.
the crazy thing is, he didn't even tell us. Like we had gone somewhere after we had recorded, and then like they were giving us the halls thing, and we were like,
Yeah, we
and he was
wouldn't
like,
have known
oh,
otherwise.
yeah, we wouldn't have known, but like we just all happened to like go somewhere after. He's just like, well,
Giving them out to the
yeah.
streets, we're like, oh,
Oh,
You
that's
didn't even
funny.
buy this.
exactly.
Okay,
right, so-
gift
What
did you think
time.
about-
So we are in the middle of this coronavirus epidemic.
If you got me a
Yes.
mask, Jason,
You better believe I brought you some masks. Absolutely.
taking a mask. My
you
mask
don't,
is
you don't
all
want the
dirty.
It's okay if you don't want it. It's fine.
masks make me feel claustrophobic.
I want it.
can't
I
Here you
wear
go.
a mask.
Here's your mask.
Yeah, boy! Does it say?
Oh, it says
Okay,
hustle
I'm
on
gonna
it.
take those because let me tell you something. I've been
okay.
wanting one of these.
No, it's fine. You don't have to.
Zoom in.
Oh, you want one now?
Nah.
I could put this over my other one. Thank you.
Yes.
Is this a new thing since the coronavirus
Kamsahamnida.
happened?
No, we
had these for a
actually
while.
we had them for a little while.
Yeah.
But it just hit me the other day. I was like, what can I bring them? And I was
Yeah.
like, masks, because a lot of people are sold out of masks right now.
Yeah, or they're super expensive.
It's crazy.
Winner.
Yeah.
This is
The
from
masks
like
have gone, like the inflation is crazy here. What's that?
What's
Winter.
Kamsahamnida.
What does winter mean?
I don't know why there's a winter thing in there. Oh, it must
Because
be for
they
one
were
of our
probably
events.
from yeah.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram.
What?
I keep up.
How much are masks now?
My friend posted it was like a box
$15
of.
for like
Stop.
5.
It was like a box of 5. I think she posted it was like $16 or $17. I think she posted.
What?
And my coworker, she had mentioned that in China, because one of her friends lives in China, and she says it's like $60. I don't know exactly how many comes in the pack, but it was like $60, like the USD.
Oh,
So,
they tripping.
are you worried about the coronavirus?
Man, I ain't worried about no. Look, first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason that coronavirus is spreading is because certain types of people are just gross. Coughing and sneezing and not covering your mouth, not ever using soap. Like, you can't wash your hands by putting your hands under the water and then leaving the bathroom.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sharing everything with, like, oh yeah, let me take a drink out this cup and then give it to my friend so he can drink out. It's gross. That's why viruses spread. So I'm not concerned because I wash my hands.
Yeah. You're a
You feel
clean
me?
individual.
Yeah.
I was telling V, we went
love
out on
this.
Friday and they were checking our temperature. Everybody had to
Yeah.
get temperature checked before we walked into Boom Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. which was
That's cool.
It was cool. And
I kind of liked it though. I thought that was cool.
I liked it. I mean, every place that we went was doing the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we had gone to like 2 other places, like Fountain and somewhere else after that. And
That's what's up.
They were checking everyone too. Yeah.
Like it makes sense because you're going to be in this enclosed space.
Yeah.
Right.
What if someone really is sick and
Absolutely. Yeah.
One of the soul plastic surgery place had said that somebody got the coronavirus there, and so they had to close. I had to close it down, or something happened. But anyways,
my friend, I'm gonna shout out Sodani, my babies.
Hi, Dani.
My baby. She was in Hong Kong last week. And obviously it's very close to where the shit is happening. And so like this past week, she's been feeling like very shitty, like all sorts of symptoms. So she was like, fuck, let me go to the doctor. I mean, she's probably just, tired, exhausted, whatever. Work hours also quite long. But she's not showing anything that's like coronavirus-y, according to the symptoms. But she went to the doctor, and the doctor that she was supposed to see went to a conference, a coronavirus conference. And then they told her, actually, like, if you do have the coronavirus, we don't suggest that you come to the hospital. So,
yeah, because you don't want to spread it.
but I get that.
makes
So
sense. You have
number
to go
one,
somewhere.
she's not allowed to go to the hospital if she had the virus. And number two, where the fuck is she supposed to go?
I was
if
just
she
about
has
to
the
ask
virus?
that. What do you do?
So it's like each man for himself.
Just die?
I don't know.
You just gotta die on
maybe
your own?
maybe you gotta deal with your embassy. I don't know. Like maybe something's gonna get pulled up. Xander, what do we do?
It kind of feels weird though that they're turning away sick people. Like surely they should at least have, like a quarantine section.
They have
in the
to have
hospital.
something. What is being pulled up right now? What is he searching?
I don't know.
I don't have my
X just
glasses.
likes to listen. Don't worry about him. He keeps throwing X. Stop throwing us off because Makita's not focused on you, bruv.
Well, I
Your
know-
whole name's
I-
Makita. I just
Yeah.
found that out. Just thought it was Keats.
It's okay. She's not mad. She didn't even
I
know your
was-
real name was Jason.
Nah,
No,
I-
I'm not
I knew it
mad
was
at
short for
all.
something. I just didn't know what.
My full name is Makita, named after the Queen of Sheba. Of
That's what's up.
Ethiopia.
All right, let's get it.
All right, so let's get started, Mr. Jason.
Jason. Wow, it took us too long to start.
It's okay. We were
Let's get
talking
it.
about things. You know?
We obviously, if you guys weren't listening, Mr. Jason is an entrepreneur
yes.
out in these streets, has his own club, is a DJ, runs the entertainment industry, basically. You know what I'm saying? We just want to know, how did it all start? Why did you come to Korea? Why are you here?
The first time I came to Korea, actually, I was in college at the University of Cincinnati, and I had a homegirl that got recruited to come to Korea to teach English. So she asked me and a bunch of our friends if we wanted to go. And actually, everybody else said no, which I thought was weird, but whatever. And I did some research on Korea, and I was like, man, I ain't really know nothing about Korea at the time. So when I looked it up, I was like, I ain't gonna get blown up out here, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I ain't about to get robbed out there. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna try it out. So,
Yeah.
so I went ahead and entered the same program, came over here, started teaching English, and from there,
I thought so.
the third. Actually, I remember the third month in. I met this. I didn't know he was famous at the time, but I met this artist out here named Carlos, and he was with this popular group called Uptown from the late '90s, and he was going on his solo career. So
Foreigner or Korean?
he's Korean
Carlos.
Mexican,
Oh, Korean
actually.
Mexican, okay.
Yeah, but his. I guess his, he's like a Korean citizen. You feel me?
Does he usually play at the Corona Lounge?
Nah, he's retired. He don't do music like
okay.
that no more. This was like back in the day. So when I had met with him and we just clicked, you know what I'm saying? He grew up in the States and he had been involved in some things that I was familiar with. So, we connected on that. And he liked my music. He was like, yo, you want to make music together? I'm like, yeah, I don't got nothing else to do. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So I started performing with him, and the crazy thing, this was crazy to me. When I first came to Korea, they didn't have, my school didn't provide a house for me. They didn't tell me that they weren't providing a house for me.
Wait, your contract? What was in your contract?
So my friend that came, we
Yeah.
both taught at the same school, but she
Yeah.
taught at a different location.
Okay.
And they set her up. Like,
Okay.
her transition was super easy. They got
Yeah.
her a bank account, house, and all that. You feel
Okay.
me? When I came, like, at the end of the training week, they was like, all right, well, you're going to be at this location. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But, like...
Where's my house?
Yeah, I was like, where I'm supposed to live. Everybody looking at me like, what you mean where you supposed to live? I'm like,
Get
what
yourself a house.
you mean? What do I mean? Where am I supposed to live? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, aren't you supposed to provide a place? It's
Yeah.
like, no. For the branch you're teaching at, you got to find your own place.
What?
I was like, what?
Wow, that's
Wild.
terrifying.
And the dude that I was talking to, he was like, "You didn't get your welcome packet?" I was like, "What the heck is a welcome packet?" He was like, "You didn't receive that?"
Was this for public school or a Hagwon?
It was
like
a
a
hog
Hagwon.
one.
That sounds about right
Yeah,
for a
it sounds
But
Hagwon.
it was a real popular one though. And
What
Probably
was it
the
called?
same one. No, we're not gonna do that.
Does it start with the letter C?
Yeah, that's the same
So-
one we came through too.
so yeah,
welcome
so I
packet
was
gave it
like,
away.
bruh. Actually, I found out I was so mad about what happened. I found out that my recruiter, I wasn't the first one that he had like made mistakes on. He ended up getting a boot.
Not a
But
mistake. He did that intentionally for sure.
I don't know, but either way, the point is I was homeless when I first came here. It was
So
terrible.
where were you
So
staying?
yeah, what did you do?
I had to stay with my homegirl
Yeah.
in Boondong when I was teaching in Cheongdam. It was and that like
Shit, you had to
that
travel
Boondong
every
line
day?
was not there. Yeah, it was literally 2 hours back and forth every day.
2 hours one
You
way.
did that for a year? Well,
No,
until you found
not for a year.
housing. Sorry.
It was I did it for like 2 months, I think. Two
So
and a
you
half
traveled
months.
4 hours a day.
Yeah. It was some bull. I was too mad. And then on top of it, like it wasn't my space, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
And these
God.
apartments aren't exactly luxurious.
exactly.
They're tiny.
Yeah.
My God, I guess because when you come, you don't think like of all the things that you just assume that certain things should be on the contract. Because especially with that company, that's one thing people hate, that they hate the hours, but like
They leave a lot of things out of the contracts.
but not with housing though. That's something that I've never heard, especially with that company. I've
Yeah.
heard the hours are long. I've heard you're going to be working holidays,
Gundam?
but with
Cheongdam?
not having a place to stay.
Cheongdam isn't like
Yeah, it was crazy.
Gangnam.
Right.
Close to there.
It's-
Fuck, son.
Yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, it was just crazy to me because that was like the start of my situation in Korea. And you can't go home after that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I could be like, man, I ain't got no place to live. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Because like
It's going to take more money to go home.
You've now
Than,
invested
it wasn't
all
even
this.
that. It was just the fact that I had to go home and tell everybody. I mean, think about it. Like,
now you failed.
leaving. Yeah, like
Yeah.
your family, like, oh man, you leaving. People
Yeah,
cooking you
yeah.
dinners. Like it was girls crying and stuff. They made me stand up
How
at
many
church.
girls you had
Yeah.
crying, Jason?
So they made me stand up at church. You know what I'm saying? It was
Okay, cool.
Brother Jason's gonna be leaving to go to
whole
China.
service.
I was like, nah,
To China.
Korea,
That's why I
oh,
know
whatever,
China. Because for black people, anywhere you move to in Asia, it's China.
I can't.
But yeah, like you can't go back home after that. What happened? Man, it was hard, man. I ain't had
to
nowhere to
make it
live.
work.
I'm like,
So did you have to find your
Yeah.
own housing?
yeah. So I found a place to live.
But what about your colleagues? Did they also have to find their own places to live?
Everybody. So the way that company was set up is you have main branches and then you have like your satellite locations.
Yeah.
The satellite locations, everything is handled for you like a traditional hagwon. But at the main branches, you get paid more money, but you got to do everything
your own.
yourself.
Okay.
So if they had told me that, I could have
wouldn't have
prepared for
taken
it.
Ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I'm
they
saying?
did give you extra housing allowance.
Like housing allowance.
Yeah, I mean, I got more money, but at the end of the day, I mean, it honestly, it don't even matter.
Yeah.
To be honest, like it's gonna be struggle one way or the other. If it wasn't the housing thing, it would have been something else. You feel me?
Yeah.
How long was
But the
that? How
housing
long
thing
ago
is a
was that?
lot. That's a lot to go through just
Yeah.
moving to another country.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That sucks.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
This was 2008, first time I came to Korea.
Jason, how old are you? If you don't mind
35.
me asking.
2008.
I just turned 35 last week.
She likes older guys.
Thank you.
Last week, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Oh, you should have told us that. Maybe we would have prepared.
Maybe if
some-
you followed him on fucking Instagram, you fake fan, you would know.
I just
I wish
found
you a
out
happy
his name
birthday.
last week, sir, ma'am. Okay,
On the gram.
Appreciate
he just
you.
found out my name. We're just now getting to be friends.
You guys are just unbelievable.
friend.
I know.
Why
right?
is Pinnacle's
What is this?
face on the All Boobs Matter Hustle Report?
What is that?
That's what's up.
Yeah, that was one of the hustle reports that I did about breast cancer. in
He has a
October.
series called The Hustle Report on
All
Instagram.
boobs matter.
Yeah, it was about breast cancer
Breast
because
cancer.
we was doing a breast cancer awareness event
Yeah.
at Hustle. We do it every year in October. So
I was there. You guys had the big teddy bear with the pink shirt on too.
yeah,
What's his name?
his name is Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve was a
Steve
rock
is an
star.
ex-boyfriend of mine.
But
We
you
won't say
have
that
okay,
name
so you
again.
have the Hustle Report on Instagram, and you
got
also
it.
have your hashtag Black Facts.
Oh yeah, Black Facts.
That
yeah.
causes that stirs up a lot of shit
I don't care.
out on your.
Does it? Maybe I need to be following you on Instagram. I'm missing
Black
out a lot.
Facts. Tell us what was the most black fact that people came at you for.
Actually, nobody really came at me.
Well, it caused a lot of discussion for sure.
It's just because it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's true usually. I mean, not even usually. It always is true. Like,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of like putting it out. But, it's just something that I don't even remember how I came up with it one day. I think it was just I wrote something somewhere and I was like, oh, this is funny, and I just kept going with it.
X respect us, please.
Black facts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you on Instagram because I have no idea.
Yeah, like black fact number is some odd random number out of fuck knows
and it's
where.
just things that all black people will share in common.
Yeah,
when
right.
black people say something twice, that means they mean it.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't know,
something
shit like that, right?
Exactly.
Funny. Like,
What's
okay.
your it's funny? What's your favorite black fact? Share with us.
My favorite one, man. I'm gonna have to go through my Instagram and look.
Oh my goodness, you can't remember just one?
Well, I mean,
That's
also like I have a whole bunch of other ones built up.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember which ones I put out or which ones I didn't.
Are you
yet.
gonna share with us some unposted ones?
I guess I could do that.
I guess you could do
I
that.
could do one or two. I
guess.
guess
That would be exciting. There you go. Account is private, but still.
It's private.
Oh yeah, so I'll make it. I'm gonna make it unprivate soon. Actually, I
Why is it private?
Because so I had got in a motorcycle accident a few months ago, and it was like, first of all, it was terrible. Like not actually the accident, but the aftermath. The fact that I couldn't use my hand or my foot, so I'm just like laying in bed looking like a big sandwich. You know what I mean? Like I'm just wrapped
Whole
up.
potato.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't cook. I couldn't really use social media. I obviously couldn't go to Hustle to record the Hustle Report anymore.
Yeah.
So I just stopped posting.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I didn't want people to just like keep coming to my page and not seeing any content or any updates or anything. So I thought about just like deleting it or like unregistering it for a while, but I was like, no,
Your
I'm
Instagram?
just because I knew I wasn't gonna post for a while.
Yeah.
So I just decided to go ahead and make it private until I was ready to start jumping back into it. Yeah.
You didn't want to think of getting someone to help you monitor your social media, like maybe like somebody that you work with, like, hey, can you just keep this up just so it's not completely inactive?
Nah, I didn't want to do that.
But it's your private page, right? It's not your business page.
Well, the Pinnacle page, everything I do online is business. I don't really put nothing private on the internet. So as far as I'm concerned, that Pinnacle page is like my entertainment page. You feel me?
Gotcha.
But it's still kind of like a personalized thing. Like with the Hustle Report, it's something that I'm doing. You feel me? Or like if there's some kind of event that I'm putting out, or some DJing event or something like that, it's something that's related to me. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it would be inauthentic to have somebody else just posting content just because. You feel me?
Fair.
Yeah, like if I can't do it the way that I want to do it 100%, I'd rather just not do it.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I just stopped posting for a while, but actually I think probably this week I'm gonna go back on public, and then start posting again.
Well, either way, I'll add you even if you stay private for a little bit. So you've mentioned that you were in a accident. Are you okay to talk about
we can talk about
what happened? And yeah, what happened? She recently told me, I think like last week she told me, she's like, yeah, he was in an accident. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Man, I was riding on my bike. Me and my friend was riding. We was actually going to the PC Bar to play video games because we're nerds.
What's wrong with you? Who raised you, you heathen?
Oh, who? Oh, her? Thank you.
Elders first.
Go ahead.
So, so we was riding on the bike.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And traffic was stopped, right? We was in Itaewon.
I am older than you.
Both sides of the street. I'm sorry. On one side of the street, both lanes, traffic was stopped. And there's a taxi that was in traffic. And we rode to the right side of the taxi. And as we're going around the right side, the door opens.
The taxi driver door?
The door where the customer's at on the right side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the door opens. It was crazy. Like that door hit me right in the middle of the knuckle, like right in the middle of my fist. The door hit us, and then we both fell over, and that was it. It was, man, I ain't never seen my bone before. It was crazy. Like actually,
You saw were your bones dislocated?
So I'm assuming you
Nah,
have
it was fractured.
stitches.
Fractured.
yeah, I got 3
Oh
stitches.
shit! I see the scars.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, my hand is still. It's a little swollen, but it's a lot better though.
Yeah.
it looks better.
Yeah.
You see that?
So where was majority of your
damage?
Yeah.
I fractured my knuckle on my left hand, and I fractured my big toe on my right foot. And then it was just like some scratches and bruises in other places. But those were the 2 major areas.
Yeah.
How's
So
your friend doing?
She hurt her her side, and her back was already having like some problems. So I'm sure that kind of exasperated that situation. But yeah, so thankfully I took most of the impact. Yeah. So that was good.
And thankfully you're okay. Like I mean, aside from like a few fractured things here and there, that could have been much worse.
Could have been. Yeah. So how was like the medical care? How did they take care of you? At the hospital before and after. And also with the law as well, were they on your side?
Yeah, thankfully, the situation was it was a taxi driver's fault, so their insurance covered everything, and the medical care was cool. It was actually like when I was in the ER, I wasn't even like traumatized or upset. I was just happy to be alive. To be honest, I remember praying like, God, thanks. Yeah, that I didn't die. What I'm saying?
That's a good way to look at it because when I was in my car accident and my car got totaled, I remember getting out the car and I was pissed. I was like. I wasn't even thinking that. I'm just glad I was alive. I was just like, my car is done. I could tell. Yeah. So the fact that you were just thankful that your life was saved, then I was 19 and I was dumb and I was immature.
Two different people in this world.
Huh? Yeah. But I've also grown to get just like thankful for whenever like situations like that could have been 10 times worse. Because is your bike okay? Is it bike?
Actually,
how was the old sport?
Actually, the bike got fixed.
Yeah.
But it feels different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
she's gone through some things too.
I gotta get a new one. So I don't even feel right selling it. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it or he or she. Just the it?
Oh, the bike? It's a it. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's not a she.
Or you could do like they do in Selena and put something like use it as a shrine.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No.
I'm just gonna keep it.
No, I'm not gonna keep. I'm just gonna when I buy a new bike, I'm gonna just tell them like I'm gonna ask them for a discount.
Yeah.
Right, take this bike. You can use it for parts or whatever, but I can't sell it to somebody. It wouldn't sit right on my conscience. You feel me?
Are you afraid to ride again?
Nah.
You've been riding since the accident. Okay. Well, since you've been able to. Yeah. Because I've been scared to get into a car. Like since that car, it's like you're fearful, but it's like.
Yeah. I understand that. Actually, I got into another accident a few years ago. Yo, this one was. I should have been dead. Yo, it was. I thought I was dead. Actually, I rode through this intersection. No, I didn't ride through that. I was at a red light, and the light turned green. And as it turned green, I peeled off. And right when I left the line, I looked to the right, and it's a car right there. Like the car had ran the light on his side.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember the impact. I just remember waking up on the street.
Probably blacked out immediately. Yeah.
And I swear on everything. I remember when I woke up, hand to God, I was like, man, I am dead. I was like, man, I think damn, I should have got my life right before this happened. But thankfully I didn't die. Yeah. But I think a good I don't even know how long, maybe at least 6 months. It was hard for me to ride through intersections because it was like that past trauma.
Yeah, it's the PTSD from it.
Yeah, I had to make myself get over it.
And you don't think you'd ever stop riding motorcycles?
I don't know. It depends on where I'm at in life. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years from now, I might be in a different country with a wife and kids. You know, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But I love riding.
Station wagon vibes.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to do station wagon.
That's what you say now, Mr. Jason. Oh, we're happy you're alive.
They have made some pretty decked out station wagons.
Okay.
It's like a Range Rover.
Let's keep it moving.
A hot station wagon. Okay. Oh, so we have a few questions for you, Mr. Hustler.
Can we take a shot before?
Shot before. You're also a DJ.
Yeah.
In these streets, right? Chung.
Tapping out.
Every time I fucking do ASMR, you do some dumb shit.
You gotta tell me beforehand. It's a podcast. What am I supposed to just wait for you to swallow? Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I've never had a problem with. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I hate you guys so much.
I see where you're going.
I hate you guys so much. Back to the DJ thing, like the real meaty, gritty stuff of things. First of all, were you a DJ before? Okay, wait. How did you get into the DJ scene after teaching? Was it during?
Nah. So what happened was pretty much how everything else happens in my life. I was rapping at the time, and I was trying to get DJs to play my music at the club, or just at like different events and stuff. And nobody would do it. They was like, "Oh, it's cool, but I don't think I can play it." I'm like, "What you mean you can't play? You know what? Forget y'all. I'm gonna learn how to do it my doggone self." So I started learning how to DJ, and so initially it was just kind of like a marketing tool for getting my music out. Oh, snap!
Who is this?
Wow, not this one.
Is this you?
Oh,
is this you?
Wait, I am here for this.
It's an advertisement I did.
Hey!
Wait, is that you?
That's him.
Yeah.
You need to get some glasses, bro.
I am. What?
Yo.
When was that video put out?
I don't know, like last year or 2 years
Oh,
ago.
it's recent. Is that in Korea?
Yeah, this company that does glass tinting, he found my music and he asked me to do a advertisement for him.
Hey,
so they made a whole video.
Yes, Negro, do your damn thing.
I still don't know if. Oh, this is you. This entire time it's just you.
Yeah.
Makita.
Bro,
Girl.
we know I can't see. Wow.
This is so dope. Yo. Dude, you're about to die.
Wow. That
You
was
look
actually
so
really good.
dope.
Thank you.
How much makeup did you have on your face?
Oh, I don't do makeup.
Oh, that's all you? Share
That's
your
all
skin
you.
routine, please.
I just use coconut oil and wash.
Hey, that's what's up.
Wow, good. Okay, well, back to the DJing thing. That's actually really dope. I didn't know you did that.
Thank
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
So the DJing thing, they didn't want to play your songs, and
Right.
so
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do it myself. And like I said, initially it was just a marketing tool just to get my music out. But when I started doing it, I fell in love with the craft, and it became a passion. So then I was trying to get booked, like as time moved forward, I was trying to get booked in the clubs as a DJ, and they was like, "No, you're a rapper." I'm like, "What? What?" I was like,
it's like you can't do both.
You're not gonna book me as
Yeah.
a DJ because I'm a rapper? They was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw my own parties," and that's when I started promoting events because of that situation.
Yeah.
And then some of these same clubs like, "Oh, hey, Pinnacle, you want to come DJ at this club?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, for this price."
Yes.
You feel me? So
Yeah, you're worth.
yeah. So that's what it was. Like, because people kept telling me no, I did it myself and ended up increasing my name value and my brand value. So then, those same people had to pay for that. They had to pay for that no.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Nice.
How
So
long did
from-
that take? Would you say that transition took you?
Maybe, I don't know. I guess really it's still like a work in progress. You know what I mean? But when I started, it was, man, it had to be like 2010, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2010, 2011. And I'm still learning new skills. I don't think I'll ever stop learning skills
Yeah.
as a DJ. There's always new music come out, and you hear music, and you hear like a break in the song, or
vibes
you hear
to it,
they
yeah.
sample something else. You're like, oh my goodness, I got to
Yeah.
figure out how to mix these together.
Yeah.
Right, something like that. So it's always some kind of way you can create, or some way you can make the crowd go, oh, you know that response when you hear some like that. I love that.
What is that feeling like when you're DJing and
amazing.
like you can see that the crowd is really
Yeah.
feeling? How does that feel
You're
to
that
be
guy
up
that's
there?
making people
It's-
feel things.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. Or like when you start DJing and the DJ before you was whack. You know what I'm saying? And people just like, please don't suck. Right?
Yeah,
Sometimes that the DJ that comes on before you is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
So you can be seen as like, the savior.
I hate that though.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's got to be when it comes to the flow of a whole night. There's
Yeah.
got to be cohesion with the DJs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's got to be, because if a DJ's not doing a good job before you, that means you got to build
Yeah.
from ground zero.
The heat's from.
Yeah, so it actually is more difficult if the DJ before you is whack. Or actually, I just had a gig where the DJ before me was playing it was early in the night. He was just going extra hard.
He was like that DJ before you
Wait,
was
Friday night's gig?
Friday night.
Right.
Is that the one you're talking about, right? He was crushing it. And I actually told you, I was like, yo, you better be better than him.
Man, I was like,
He
bro, it's
was
11:30.
crushing.
Like, why are you playing sicko
Yo.
mode right now? Come on, B.
No. And the thing is, he was playing everything. He was playing,
Everything.
and because I love all types of music, techno, house music, reggae, he was literally going into every genre. And I
like,
remember I was like, yo, who is that? What's his name? I want to follow him on Instagram.
I don't even know.
You know.
Honestly, I don't, but I kind of want to strangle him.
Yo, you did great.
Thank you.
Did amazing. But if we're gonna
you
talk
did
about that
great too.
No, you did really good, because I like reggaeton, and you were doing a lot of like things that I used to like rock out hard to,
Word.
and everyone was feeling your set.
Appreciate
Everyone.
it.
But I just remember that guy.
Good for you guys.
Like it was. She's a little salty, even though she was invited. But we'll just act like. she had no idea.
Anyways, so this music passion of yours, is that what drove you to start your own or open up your own place where you can have the freedom to play your own music?
Nah, actually, for a long time, I fought the notion of being an owner because when I was doing promotions at different lounges and clubs and stuff, I just saw how grimy it was. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cutthroat, and I'm really not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like, you know, I wouldn't be a good businessman because I'm not a good liar. You know what I mean? And I'm not the type of person to step on somebody else. It's just not my style.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of grow up with the with this notion that in order to be really good at business, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You just got to shit on people.
Lie your way to the
It's
top
not my
still.
style. So I was just like, nah, I don't even want to get into ownership. But it got to a certain point where like my promotions, music, everything that even like I stopped doing radio as well, and like all the stuff I was doing, it kind of I hit like this ceiling. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, like what do I do next?
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, I got just through these connections I had an opportunity to partner into this failing club. And the dude was like, yeah, I need somebody to partner with me that knows the industry, that knows how to do this stuff. And I was just like, man, this is actually kind of an exciting opportunity. You know what I mean? Like my mouth started watering a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I change the name? He was like, yeah.
What was it before?
It was called Hustle.
It's still Hustles.
No. It was before the one that I have now. It was a club. It was a club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in Itaewon. And I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. So I partnered into him. And this is where I learned probably the biggest life lesson that I've ever learned. Because I partnered into it, and that partner ended up being somebody that I should have never did business with. You know, he's really unscrupulous, and we kept having financial issues that we shouldn't have been having. And it got to the point to where I had to, you know, do certain things to protect my staff because they weren't getting taken care of the way they should have. You feel me? And it got to a point to where I was like, this is not why I got into business, to shit on people. So I told all my staff, like, yo, this is going to be our last weekend. We're not doing this no more. I didn't even tell the partner. I just told the staff, we're done. And I put out a message to everybody, and I closed the club. And that time was really, really hard. Like, just, you know, all the money and time and energy I put it. Like, after that club closed, I had nothing. Like, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna pay rent, how I was gonna pay these bills, how I was gonna eat. You feel me? Like, yo, it was crazy. And
Yo, but we love a man with integrity.
thank you, appreciate it.
Kudos to you.
And so so as I just kept, you know, trying to figure out how I was gonna make some money, you know, I ended up falling into this situation where there was these two business owners that had a bar in Itaewon, and they needed promotions. And the crazy thing about it was when I went there, like, that bar was not cool. It was nothing there. And if I wasn't in the situation that I was in, I wouldn't have took that deal.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not about to put Planet Hustle's name on this, but they had a rooftop. And I was like, oh, maybe we could do rooftop parties here. I just need to do something, you feel me? So we could do rooftop parties. And then we kept doing rooftop parties, and eventually I was like, yo, why don't y'all let me partner into this so we can make some long-term money? And then I partnered with them. One of the partners left, and then we changed it to Hustle.
And then clearly now it's...
And so now that's what Hustle is now.
Yeah.
So you're still in partnership with these people?
With one.
One of them.
Yeah, so at first it was two Korean guys, and then I joined, it was three of us, and one guy left. So it's just me and my current partner, Youngbin.
So when you have these partners, are they usually Korean so that they can speak to the other people that you need to, like...
To be honest with you, I've always felt like I don't need a partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have, like, on the technical end of it, you don't have to have a partner in Korea to open a Korean business. And, you know, I kind of worked on my weaknesses and kept developing my strengths so that if there's something that I couldn't do, I'll hire somebody to do it for me.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So I don't feel like I need a partner. So, and I think, you know, Youngbin, I assume he feels the same way as well. So it's just like being in a relationship. You know, you don't want to be with somebody where they're like, oh, I need you here.
Codependent.
Yeah, because that's not healthy.
Yeah.
But I'm here because I want to be here, and you're here because I want you to be here, and vice versa.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's why my partnership works well, because he does really good, and what I do really good. So we complement each other.
Really well.
So we do what we do really good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he does his stuff gooder than me, and I do my stuff gooder than him.
And then you're just the goodest of all the good ones.
I'm the goodest. You feel me? Yeah.
Gotcha. That's pretty awesome. So you never really had to, like, struggle through the system.
Oh yeah,
Like as a black owner.
definitely. Still struggling.
Definitely.
Still struggling through the system.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. But I mean, but no matter what, no matter where you at, who you are, you know what I'm saying, what country you decide to reside in, especially as a person of color, like you gonna have struggle. Like that's just inherent with being alive. But the question is, how do you perceive your struggle? How do you look at it? How do you wake up every day and attack that struggle? Some people let that struggle beat them up. Some people look at that struggle as a challenge, you feel me? And when you overcome those challenges, you become a stronger person.
Do you listen to motivational podcasts?
I don't really...
Or like YouTube videos or something about that?
Yeah, I do sometimes, but I usually read. Yeah, so I don't really listen to podcasts. Actually, you know what? Y'all are... the Soju Black is the only podcast I listen to. And like...
What has been your favorite episode? Don't lie to us, sir.
My favorite one... Actually, I don't really have a favorite, to be honest with you.
That's how I know you're lying.
No, I'm not lying. We talked about this before, actually. We had a whole conversation about your podcast. Was it last week or the week before at Hustle? Don't play me. Anyway.
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember.
She told me what you said.
You see how she tried to do me? Anyway, the point is I don't really listen to podcasts like that. I do more reading than listening, but...
Because just listening to you, I listen to a lot of podcasts, like inspirational. It remind me of like Les Brown or like one of those motivational speakers.
Word.
So if any of this stops today, you can always go into that. Like become a motivational speaker. But then you also mentioned church a few times, so I'm just gonna guess that church is a big part of your life, or God is a huge part of your success and everything.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
That's always... She's taking pictures of you, I think.
I'm cool
is this for the Instagram?
I'm grabbing. Sorry, guys.
For
so
the Instagram.
Rude. But Jason, that was really like I'm inspired personally.
What is this?
Oh my God, X! Can you please stop respecting us?
What is this?
Me in the ring.
Why? What is this?
It's an advertisement I did for a video game.
Yeah, Are you supposed to be that big man?
I hope. I don't think so.
Nah, he's one of the boxers.
I am. What is this like celebrity death match? This looks like celebrity death match, bro.
I love the white chick in the back.
Wow.
That is so dope.
So,
do you get embarrassed of some of that?
You're just out here just doing all the things,
funny,
right?
I mean, yeah, it's out there. I ain't tripping. It's funny to me, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like lately, I say the past few years, the only time I really make music is if a company reaches out to me and they're like, hey, we got this project that we're doing, or we need an advertisement or something like that, then, I'll put something down for them. But I'm not about to be making mixtapes and...
selling it on the street, like yo, take a listen, yo.
I got the
This is not the place for you to do that. Like you don't see scouters here to sell their stuff unless it's like they're selling.
Because I've been peeping, Kid is not pouring you shots that are like
appreciate you.
to par.
What is this? I don't want any.
Okay,
thank you.
I got you, boo.
I know, man. Listen, I drank way too much on Friday.
I got you.
I
drank way too much.
I got you. Mr. Jason, we have a very short time left with you, but we want to just get through like a couple of questions. Very easy peasy.
Okay.
And then we have a game for you because we really love playing games here.
All right.
We just wanted to know, because we always like to know the juicy shit, right?
Okay.
Who have been the most interesting, most annoying, most just like weird people you've met at Hustle? Hustler. Why am I thinking Hustle? Have you met some really strange characters?
I met this girl named V a little while ago.
Yes.
Boy,
come for her.
Signing out for today, fam. Real grand.
Come for her.
How dare you disrespect me, sir?
But what are the crazy, like, have you seen anything crazy, wild that since you've started Hustle?
To be honest with you, Hustle is not...
She's a bad bitch. Okay.
What?
I'm in A.
Oh, yeah.
That song, I think it's Carol. To be honest with you, man, she's a...
Caroline?
Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's not, like, I really haven't seen nothing that's too crazy. Like, the craziest thing is just people dancing weird. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, y'all been there. Like, it's nothing really wild. We don't even got security.
Yeah, it's not one of those, like...
So you don't be having,
crazy.
like, chicks half naked on the bar, just, woohoo!
Nah, I wouldn't even want to, like create that type of
Deal with
scenario.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'm
That's
cool
not
on
the
that.
place. That's not like the vibe you get when you go into that place.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
there
not the
was this
vibe I want
lady
to
that
create.
was wearing. Everybody kept pointing her out to me for some reason, but you were there. She had like a full leotard on, and they were like, she's like, they weren't making fun of the shoes, but she was going in. Like
Last week?
last week when we were there, she had a full
Korean lady,
full
I remember her.
leotard, and she was going in every time the DJ switched a
She
song.
was having a good time.
She
I didn't
had
see
the
anything
time of
wrong
her
with
life.
that.
No, there was nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, like, that was the only thing I remember.
Oh man, that sucks. We thought you were gonna like tell us some wild stories, man.
I had
maybe
to-
some people stuck in the bathroom having sex.
That happened before. That happened one time.
It's like
Of
there's only
course.
one bathroom.
And,
You're gonna get people are gonna see you.
Yeah, can we get more bathrooms, please, at Hustle?
I'm working on it, but it's hella expensive.
I believe you.
Yeah, it's crazy
Plumbing
expensive.
and everything you gotta fix.
Maybe open one on the rooftop.
I don't
bucket.
actually. We legally cannot do that. It's so
Jason,
many. It's
I'm
so
kidding.
many rules and laws. No, we thought about it.
Yeah. Oh.
straight up.
Yeah.
yeah. It's so many laws. It's crazy. But yeah, that's like another hurdle to get through. We had to carry some people out sometimes.
Drunk?
or not sometimes,
Wild.
but before.
Or fights.
Wild.
Drunk or fights.
Neither.
Or both.
Well, I guess the dude was the guys were drunk, but they was being real disrespectful to the ladies that was in there, touching them weird and like saying things to make them uncomfortable. And the crazy thing about it was, see, and this is the problem that I had. This is always the problem. It's about weak ass dudes. The issue was. Cause like the girls that came up to me, they didn't even come up like, "Oh, you need to get him out of here." They were just like, "Hey, this is the behavior that this dude's doing. He's making people
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Can you talk to him?" And that was it. Like, I could have just walked up to him and be like, "Yo, I need you to chill out," and he could have just been like, "All right, cool." But the bitch assness inside of these guys was like, "Who do you think you are?" Talking to me like, "Yeah, bro, like,
This is my club. I'm the owner.
yeah, like I ain't even
the
come up
boss.
to you on all that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm asking you politely
Yeah.
to just stop doing these things. Like, people don't come here to be harassed. You feel me?
Safe
then,
space.
Yeah, then they gotta puff their chest out. Then I gotta push it back in.
Yeah.
So that's the
Take him out of there.
yeah. So that's the worst thing what I'm saying that has happened. But that's only happened twice. You know what I'm saying?
Good for you.
Those guys on Friday, were those your friends that were standing near your VIP section?
The black dudes?
I think.
Are those the guys that were on your Insta story and you're like, I can't believe I'm out here with guys tonight.
Yeah, that was them.
But something similar in regard to that story where it's like the girls felt. There was this one super drunk guy on the stage. You know what I'm talking about? The white guy
white
that
dude?
was,
Yeah.
And he kept coming back. Like, he was like, he wasn't being rude. He was just being a drunk guy. Like, he was just being drunk. And he kept coming back to me. And there was the two guys that was standing right next to your VIP section.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even say anything. I didn't even like need really help. But like, they came and they were like, "Yo, leave her alone." And they was like,
that's
"Oh, it's
what's
okay.
up.
It's okay." And he was like, "Nah, like we've been watching for the last like 3 minutes." So I was like, "Oh, this is probably his friends." But yeah, it's always good when you have like guys around when
True.
you have that like extremely drunk guy that's just doing the most.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I can't imagine what it's like to to be a woman and especially like in the middle of a city. I mean, Seoul is actually pretty safe, but still
Relative.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, relatively, but for me it's safe. I don't have no
Right.
problems. I'm a
Right.
6 foot tall black dude. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me.
100% not so safe for us all the time.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So like I can't imagine being in a city like how am I trying to say this? Like, so Seoul is perceived as safe, but it depends on your perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a woman walking in a dark back alley, it's not so safe. There's I think crimes against women are probably underreported.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's higher than what the statistics show.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine being in another city. You know what I'm saying? Like in another country that's not so safe. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like yeah, it's just I think about that sometimes, when I'm at Hustle, what are systems that we need to have in place so that people can come in and they can actually feel safe? Because
Yeah.
there's been times where I go to other clubs or other bars or lounges and I see some wild stuff going on. And I'm just like, ain't nobody gonna check this?
It happens all the time.
Like, nobody's
It happens
gonna
all the
stop this
time.
guy from doing it. If
Yeah.
I stop it, I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
we've talked about
actually-
that a lot on the podcast before.
Yeah, I was just telling Keita about it earlier, actually, before you arrived, how I branched off from like the other girls 2 weekends ago because they were going into some dingy underground club. So I decided to go to Jax Bar. You know Jax, with the games and...
I've heard about it, but I haven't been there yet.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting at the bar, literally with no agenda, nothing. I was just like, I'm just going to sit here, have my drinks while I wait for my friends to finish doing their dingy shit underground.
But you like brand new. You have nothing to stand on.
Listen, don't fight brand new. Look, brand new is different. Okay. Anyways, I was at the bar having my drinks in peace, listening to my music. Every now and then I'd get up and dance or whatever.
Yeah.
Then these two guys approached me, Black American guys, and they were just on some bullshit. That's another story, whatever. Listen to the previous episode. But basically, the manager realized that they were like into like dingy shit, like weird shit. Yeah. Because the guy tried to like buy me drinks, but then he tried to pay with 10,000 won. And then he kept on forcing his 10,000 won to like the bartender. I'm like, bruh, this is not going to work. These drinks are more than that. So anyways, he gave his card, and then his card came back as it was reported as stolen in America.
Oh.
So I don't know where they went, but then the manager came to me after and he told me what happened. And I was like, well, I don't know these guys. You know, I've been sitting here by myself for like 45 minutes, bothering nobody. Yeah. Like, please don't put their shit on me.
Right.
And then he was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I actually just wanted to check if you're okay. So he thought those guys were harassing me like in some way. Yeah. So he came up to me literally to check if I'm okay. He gave me his card and he was like, if you need me, because it's quite a big place.
Yeah.
If you need me, show the bartenders my card. They'll call me or whatever, and he gave me a shot and then went away. So it's nice to know that, you know, like women are still taken care of.
Yeah, that's good.
Even, you know, nothing happened. They weren't trying to, you know, take advantage of me, or not that I noticed, at least at the time. So for management to notice that, you know, a woman is being somewhat,
in an uncomfortable
harassed
situation.
in a way, like, and for him to check up on me, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It's not a lot of places that do that.
True. Totally agree.
Anyway, so we're grateful for you and the people over at Jax Bar.
Word.
And just people in general, because there are sometimes just bystanders that are like,
yeah,
what's happening? Like when we went to that club this Friday, these two girls, these guys were bothering them. And I was just like, are you okay? She was like, no. And I was just like, okay. So I just grabbed her and like we like went away. He's just
together.
like, now we're best friends. Like
Right.
People
this
have
guy's
done
a creep.
that before.
That's happened before. I've been random boyfriends a million times.
Yeah. we actually do that a lot. We've done that so many times. Or we're just like random friends with someone who's just like in an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
And we're like, oh well, you're our bestie now.
Yeah.
Right.
Take them away from that. It's cool. Let's all just like be here for each other. Fuck's sakes, man.
Shots.
Agreed.
Shots for
Yes! We have a game for you.
Okay, let's do it.
Jason!
Okay.
We have 6 minutes left, so we got to do it fast. All right, so you have that thing on your Instagram. What is it called? Black Facts, right?
Black Card.
Black Facts. But we're playing Black Card Revoked. We have
the Korean
just a
edition.
few questions for you.
Right.
The Korean edition.
Korean edition of...
So wait, actually, Korean card revoked.
But it's a Black Card Revoked because it's not Koreans.
I know, but it's Korean quick. Okay, let's
all right, so first question. All right, you've played Black Card Revoked, which is usually A or B.
You've heard of Black Card Revoked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're pre-gaming before... Oh, to the people that don't know, I forgot we're doing a podcast. Black Card Revoked is going to be a question. We're going to give him 2 options, A or B, and he has to choose which one that typically black people would choose. And if you don't choose the one that black people would choose, then you're going to get your black card revoked, taken away. So first question, you are pre-gaming before a night out, and you pick up some soju beforehand. What flavor soju are you buying?
Grape.
A...
Oh, sorry.
Grape or grapefruit?
I would pick grapefruit, but I feel like most black people would pick grape.
What about watermelon?
That's not the
They
one.
got watermelon?
What?
Stop.
Jason!
Stop it.
Literally the GS25 upstairs, that is my favorite flavor of soju.
Watermelon
Kita
is
hates
trash,
it
bro.
so much.
Don't waste your time. It doesn't taste like watermelon.
But no, that's just her.
Taste like it.
Don't believe her.
It
Do
doesn't
not
taste like it.
Watermelon soju.
It's not good.
It slaps. We're going to get a bottle.
All right, well, let's do that. A, watermelon soju, or B, grapefruit soju. Well, the option is B, A, blueberry, or B, grapefruit.
B, grapefruit.
Okay. Absolutely.
Understandable.
I can't believe you like watermelon, but we'll just let
but
that
you've
go.
been saying that from the beginning, bruh. But every time we have guests, they're like, oh yeah, watermelon, it slaps. You're the only one.
He hasn't had it,
I'm
so
gonna
he
try
don't
it.
know yet.
I can't wait.
We're going to try it. We're going to try on the way out. We're trying it.
You know, we only got watermelon shisha because I'm black.
Oh, for real?
It's like,
You
we
got
gotta get
to.
watermelon.
Respect the culture.
Wow.
Okay,
Next.
number 2. You're out for a night, right? It's about 3:15 a.m. And then you're like super dead tired. However, you really want to go home. However, you're not down to spend that, okay, but you live very close to like where you party. Let's say you don't live close to where you party, right? So you live about 45 minutes away.
Okay.
Costs you about $20 to $30 to get home. You don't want to spend that $20 to $30 to get home.
Okay.
Do you, A, bear in mind, it's 3:15 a.m.
Yeah.
Go
you
to
still got
another
about 2
club
hours.
and wait until 5:30 a.m. Subway opens, or you just bite the bullets and you jump in the taxi, pay the $20-$30.
Oh.
Remember, this is Black
Right?
Card Revoked.
So this is like what most black people would do?
Yep.
Ooh. I'm gonna just have to pick what I would do. I would just pay it and keep it moving.
For real?
Yeah,
Revoked, sir.
I don't care.
Revoked.
I don't got time.
Revoked.
We're
got
staying
time.
out all night. I'm not spending $30 to
amount of times
$40.
you've run
The amount of
into
times
people.
I've been dead, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I know most
There-
people.
Wait
most
that
people
extra
will
2
stay
hours
out.
for the subway
I
to
know.
open.
Most people will stay out, but I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm fully
Yeah.
talking. I have paid the cab to go home. I'm like, my
Same.
body can't
A few
take it.
times, for
but
sure.
from just like on Facebook and what I've seen, people just will stay till
most people will
5:30.
stay
Yeah.
out. Yep.
So
I've
this
been
is
part of the crowd
predominantly-
before, like, in Hongdae
The
or even
zombie crowd.
Itaewon, charging my phone, sitting there before the gates open.
Right.
2 hours, literally, because everyone's
Alright.
just like done with the streets. So we're like, fuck it.
All right,
Okay,
last question, so we can wrap up here. Where is it? Okay. You're needing to translate from Korean to English, and you open up your phone to a translating app, right? What app are you using to translate? A, Google Translate. B, Papago.
Come on, this is
Come on,
easy.
hey. We're gonna use Google Translate.
Nobody uses
Nobody.
Google Translate.
I love Google Translate. It's way better, but
Revoked.
everyone else here uses
Revoked.
Papago, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I use Papago like for a couple
hate
days, and I was like,
Papago.
I'm
Revoked.
good.
But majority of black people that I've seen, they all use Papago.
You know what? I'm gonna just keep it 100. Like a lot of foreigners that come to Korea are weird. So
That's another.
I can't even.
You're weird.
Nah, this real talk though, man. I feel like it's just the land of the rejects that came from other countries sometimes.
Don't.
It's the
He's
truth.
coming for
For
everyone.
yourself.
It is. No, I'm not.
I hear what you're saying though.
Look, I know
hear
I'm
what
not.
you're saying.
I know for a fact I'm not the only one that thinks this because we think me and some people I know talk about this all the time.
Cheers.
So I don't think we can really say what a group of people are going to do in other countries when that group is a little off.
They're a little off. Okay.
Not everybody, but I feel like the people that's
No.
going to get offended by the comment.
They're gonna. Yeah.
Then
they
you're
are.
the one that's okay. I got
you're
whatever,
the weirdo.
Jason. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you so much for
always a pleasure, never a chore.
Yes, for listening to this episode with Jason an hour late.
Man, fuck, I'm so rude.
What? Oh, you were
I
talking
know,
about
I'm
me, and he is waiting on you, and this is not her
Yes, sir.
second. All right, guys, so it's me, Keeds. You can find us at The Soju Black on Instagram. You can find me at MISS Keeds, KEDS.
Any
V?
last words for the kids?
You don't want to say
Plug
yours?
yourself.
Last words. First of all, thank y'all for bringing me on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
And two things that I always live by: work hard and be good to people,
100%.
and everything will fall
Wow.
into place.
100%.
That's going to be a clip.
Instagram?
Thank you. Oh, Instagram, yeah.
My everything online for me is I am Pinnacle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I am Pinnacle.
I'm going to follow
Get
you now.
that.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
me, I'm your daddy, Dad Zeffling, and obviously the duo, Soju Black.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
You can look into that camera
We
and
love
say
you
bye.
so much.
Picture. You got to stand in front of that and use a still. Ow, my earring. Ah, that hurts so bad.
That's what happens when your hoe hoops are not that big. You should get big hoe hoops.
How does that make sense?
The bigger the puta. Isn't that what they say?
Well, if it was bigger, it would be worse.
Jason, do you want to share this last bit with me?
Sure.
Yes! Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you got something fly that you rolling in, you gotta throw that glass tin on it. How your joint looking like the Batmobile.
So I expense the beat, keep a stack like a G, and I keep the music rolling like a money machine. That's it ain't cheap, but it ain't expensive. You ain't gotta give me your money, just pay attention. If you living a life that's worth living, you need to give yourself a gift that's worth giving. Pay a little bit and increase.